Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. And today, Samsung released Samsung Bixby, the voice assistant on the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. And I have it installed on both of these. Want to go ahead and take a quick look at it, give some impressions, and ask it some questions as well. Now, it's interesting that Samsung seems to be taking on Google Assistant, Siri, Cortana, all that good stuff. And of course, they have a physical button to activate Bixby as well, which means they are going all in on this Bixby voice assistant and just other contextual search as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the official version of Bixby on the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. So here's both my S8 Plus and Galaxy S8, and I have the update installed. All you really have to do is just press that side button and it will automatically update for you if you have either of these devices. But anyways, I want to quickly show off kind of what happens at the beginning. So I'm going to skip through and you'll see you have two languages available. I'm going to confirm US English. So let's register the voice to actually activate Bixby. So you can press and hold the button on the side to activate it or use the Hi Bixby activation. So let's try it. Hi Bixby. Hi Bixby. Hi Bixby. Hi Bixby. Open messages. Hi Bixby. Turn on Bluetooth. So there we go. So I set it up. Pretty simple. Of course, you can unlock with your voice, which is a feature of Android, but you can create a voice password as well. The dog.
Is this the voice password?
So yeah, just set the dog, and we'll try it out in a second. The dog. So it looks like it's asking me to read these 5 sentences aloud. I'm not going to make you sit through that, but I'm going to do it real quick. So you'll see that it is giving you tips on ways to do it. So open a certain app or service and perform a task. And here's just a quick list of a bunch of them that you have the option to do. And it doesn't have full integration with all third-party apps at the moment, but you'll see a lot of the stock apps it does. Google Play Music has integration as well. And you'll see here's all of the apps that it is available with. Of course, these all being the stock Samsung apps because, of course, they can develop it for their own apps. Third-party developers are going to need to actually get things going if they want to integrate with Bixby. It'll be interesting to see if they actually do so. And you'll see Bixby Labs. It has WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Gmail, Maps, Google Play Music. Looks like Pandora has an option. I can download that if I want to. Yelp. And you'll see Uber as well. So a bunch under Bixby Labs. I'm going to try them out as well. So it says 3,000 things that you can try. One interesting one, add a fingerprint in settings. That's kind of neat that you can quickly jump to something like that. So a bunch of different settings ones. But of course, this is a huge learning curve, and you need to say it the right way every time. Otherwise, it's not going to necessarily understand what you're actually saying. But you'll see, look at all of these commands that it gives you a list of. So now go ahead and memorize all of these, and you can go ahead and know everything about Bixby. But of course, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it as I go. I'm not going to sit there and memorize it. And it looks like you have levels with Bixby as well. So you get experience points, XP, and you can kind of use them towards Samsung rewards. So that's an option. I'm just going to hit done. And let's go ahead and try out a few things with the new Samsung Bixby. So now that we're on the home screen, you'll see if I just tap the Bixby button, it will just bring us to the cards as usual, as you're used to. Now that it has an update, though, you can press and hold. What's the weather going to be like this weekend? And then when I let go, it stops listening, which is kind of nice that you can just press and hold and let it know when you want it to stop listening if you want to continue a conversation. Of course, it brings up the weather. I can hit great, and this is how you gain your experience. If you give feedback and actually say, oh, you did this incorrectly. But let's try a couple others. So that was a very basic one, of course. Let's try and say text test and ask if they want to go to dinner tonight.
Do you want to send a message?
All right, so you'll see it loaded up my test contact, and it said if they want to go to dinner tonight. So, of course, the wording, I didn't get the wording correctly, so I'm going to have to reword how I asked that. And it will be a learning curve, as you can see, but it did a good job pulling up the contact. It took a little bit of time, but it did complete it. So let's go ahead and try and test out some of the voice commands along with that voice password that I set up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and lock the phone, and I'm going to press and hold the Bixby button on the side. Open the calculator.
Tell me your voice
the dog. There we go. So it unlocks the device, and you'll see it opens up the calculator. If I hit Great, XP right there, and I'm in the calculator app as well. I'm going to hit X on that, and I can do my calculations, of course. So you'll see that was from the lock screen, and I do, of course, have a lock screen password set up, fingerprint as well, so I can use that, or now my voice search if I use the Bixby app. I can't just from the lock screen say the dog and it's going to lock my phone. It needs to be while interacting with Bixby. All right, so let's try some more. Hi, Bixby. Take a picture. So you'll see it had a little bit of a timer, and it says, perfect, we got the great shot. So now, once I took that picture, from now on, I'm not going to use Hi Bixby because it seems to be working just fine. As you can see, it activated it right there. So I'm going to back out of it. Tweet the last picture that I took. I don't think that's actually the right context I need to actually say, but it says, okay, it's on now. I don't know if that actually worked, but I'm going to say, open Twitter and tweet the last picture I took. And you'll see it's opening Twitter in the background, loading up a tweet, selected the latest picture, and there it is. It created that tweet. That's actually pretty neat and nifty and didn't take that much time either. Now, of course, let's try Instagram as well. Open Instagram and post the last picture that I took. And it opens up Instagram, selects the last picture that I took, and you'll see, let's post and share. There it is right there. I can just hit share. And so now I can go ahead and post it quickly on Twitter and Instagram at the same time, and it's good to go. Of course, you can customize various settings. You can say, hi, Bixby, turn on the flashlight. And bam, it turns on that flashlight. I can tap this icon, I think, there we go. Turn off the flashlight. And there you have it. So that icon there acts as an activator as well, so you don't necessarily have to use the voice command or press and hold the button. But I do like pressing and holding the button because I can let go as soon as I'm done and it starts to look at what I said and actually start to act upon it. Now let's go ahead and just try a couple more basic ones as well, and maybe a couple intricate ones. Add dinner with my mom to my calendar on August 15th. There we go. You can save the event. You'll see it says dinner. It doesn't necessarily reference my mom, but that's kind of okay, I guess. I wish it would, but again, I might not be asking it in the right context. Let's try another one. Open my YouTube channel. And let's see if that actually works. It should load up my specific channel. You'll see it didn't. It brought up a channel list of various YouTubers that I subscribe to. So that's not quite where I need it to be, but it did open the YouTube app at least. Remember where I parked.
Let's check the screen before we move forward.
So you'll see I need to allow it device location, which is totally fine. Of course, it needs to know where I parked. Save to a reminder. As you can see, where did I park?
Sure thing.
And you'll see it loads up where you parked. It actually has my exact address. I'm blurring it out for obvious reasons, but good job, Bixby. That worked like a charm. Now let's try one more. What's the tallest building in Chicago?
Chicago's tallest building is the Willis Tower.
And as you can see, it responded with a result. But now the big question is this better than Google Assistant? Of course, your Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus are going to have Google Assistant still, but you do have Bixby as well. And I think what Bixby might do better is more in-app options. So if I say, hey, go into the Twitter app and send a direct message to blah, 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 I'm not too sure if the Google Assistant can quite do that yet with in-app integrations. And of course, developers will need to take this on, and it's just another voice assistant that they need to worry about making actions for. So interesting to see. It seems to be working okay. Hi, Bixby. Do you know what my name is?
I prefer to call you my friend.
And there you go. So Bixby wants to call me my friend because it doesn't know what my name is. But there you have it. That would be just a quick look at the official Bixby on the Galaxy S8 Plus on this device, but it did come to the Galaxy S8 as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to me for lots more to come as well. And as always, thank you very much for watching.